Nirmala Sitharaman will present her second budget in a little over 24 hours from now. While the list of demands is possibly longer than usual, as growth fumbles, brokerages have drawn up a list of what they expect will make it to the budget. Darshan is here to take us through the details. Darshan, let's start off with the foreign brokerages first.
Yeah, I think majority of them did indicate rural spending, infrastructure spending, and a lot of them spoke about income tax cut that could come in. So firstly, let's start with the first one, and that is Barclays and what kind of expectation they have. First of all, they believe there is no headroom for any large income tax that could come in, but they expect the divestment target of 1.25 lakh crore for FY21. Certainly for FY20, it will be missed because hardly 20% of the planned expenditure but divestment has taken cut as of now. Bank of America Merrill Lynch believes that it will be a middle part to manage deficit as well as go in for capex. The next one is CLSA. They actually speak about the rural spends that could come in. First of all, on the personal income tax cut. So some of these consumer durable companies, some of these auto companies, some of these FMCG companies will benefit. So companies like Maruti, United Spirits, Jubilant Foodwork, they will benefit significantly. And on higher rural spends, companies, the FMCG companies, basically Colgate, Dabur, HUL, all of them will benefit. Jeffries is saying that the personal income tax cut, even if it happens, will achieve little, but they are hopeful for a plan for infrastructure spending, which will be much more better for the economy. Morgan Stanley is saying that the FY21 fiscal deficit will gradually narrow down to 3.5%, and it will provide a credible medium-term fiscal consolidation path. And finally, UBS is the last one. They are believing that the growth in revenue collection will be modest this time around. They see a balancing act between fiscal consolidation, rural spending and infrastructure, and they expect the government to have a fiscal deficit target of 3.4% for FY21.
Okay, and what are domestic brokerages expecting, Darshan?
So I think domestic brokerages more are on favor of the personal income tax cut that could come in. Ambit, for one, is saying that their increase in not tax cut, but increase in personal tax, income tax slabs or exemption limits, and focus on rural spends. Access Capital is saying that again it will be a mix of higher rural spending and infrastructure spending, and again they speak about if any tax breaks come in, that will actually help the auto companies, the housing companies, the housing finance companies. So that is something that could trigger demand. Edelweiss is saying that the FY21 focus will be on fiscal expansion, and they see slippages of 50 basis points in FY20. Nirmal Bang is saying that a greater credit flows to MSMEs, NBFCs and real estate sector. Again, they speak about rural infrastructure, they speak about overall infrastructure. All of them will be in focus. Antique is saying extension in the tax rebate and abolishment of the long-term capital gain. And if that happens, the market definitely will like it. It's been a couple of years since the tax on the long-term capital gain investment has come in. Centrum is saying that it will be unable to meet the divestment target, so there will be focus on what it expects next year, because the mega issue of BPCL and Concord didn't go through this time. They still need time. Air India hasn't gone through. MK is saying that the doubt, they believe that there are doubts of any big bang announcement could come in, but the focus could be on reviving real estate sector. So pretty much I think it's standard. No one has anything new to say. Everything every year what is being said is said. But I think expectation on any kind of personal income tax cut that is big after the corporate tax that came in. And the second one is anything to tinker with the long-term capital gains would be taken positive by the markets.
Yeah, well, so that's the sum and substance. If you saw First Word for the last 2 days, we told you about specific sectors and we told you about what overall is expected from the brokerages from budget 2020. Well, the big day is tomorrow and we will be here to tell you all about it.